What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Tuesday. It is June 13th, and we have a full slate going on. Let's take a moment just to say thank you to everybody. Yesterday's video, I thought we were going to hit another 100 likes. We hit 94, I believe. So we were very close, but still a ton of views. Ton of likes. We almost hit it, so I know we're there. Today's a full slate, so maybe more people will be around to be looking at it. So that's basically what we're going to do. So if you're not aware of what we do, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that like button. But anytime the previous day's video gets at least 50 likes. So if this video gets 50 likes, one person will be randomly chosen, and you'll see in a minute, for a MLB Week Pass. If the video gets 100 likes, someone will be chosen for a month pass, which we did in yesterday's video. And then if the video gets 125 likes, someone will get an MLB Season Pass. It's very easy, very simple. So just shout out to all of you guys. Huge shout out to everybody. We are trying to hit 10,000 subs before the beginning of the NFL season. If we do hit 10,000 subs here on YouTube, we're going to give away a lifetime pass. If we hit 10,000 subs on Twitter as well, we're going to hit another lifetime pass for somebody. So you could be potentially 2 lifetimes if you want. So at advisors_team is the Twitter there. So without further ado, everyone who liked the video and left a comment yesterday, your name is on here. We're going to randomize it 3 times. On the 3rd time, that is the winner of the MLB Week Pass. So good luck to everybody. There's 1. There's 2. And the winner of the Week Pass is E-Money. Congratulations, E-Money. Like this video, and then hit us up on Twitter at advisors_team if you have Twitter, so we can get you set up for a Week Pass to MLB. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to go through every game on the slate. We're going to look at the pitching. We're going to break down any of the numbers, maybe if any of the bats jump out at us, and we'll go from there. So first game on the slate, you got the Braves at the Tigers. You got Spencer Strider versus Reese Olson. Now, you have to play an all-day slate. It's only 30 minutes earlier than the main slate, so I'm confident in that if you want to play that. The problem is there's just not as many game modes and just different tournaments and different ways when you do an all-day slate as opposed to a main slate. So looking at that, you got Strider. He's only faced the Tigers 8 plate appearances, got a 50% chance, or 50% K percentage. I do like Spencer Strider here. I know the Tigers ended up winning in extra innings yesterday. I don't think that's going to happen again. I am all over Spencer Strider. I would look at the Braves bats, just depending with the batter trends that come out on FantasyTeamAdvisors.com and the Vegas numbers, stuff like that. But Acuna had a really good Monday. Matt Olson I'd be looking at. Austin Riley. Albies. It really just depends on the lineup that comes out there. But that's my thought there. No, I won't have any exposure to Reese Olson, and none of the Tigers bats scare me enough to not take Spencer Strider. Then, first game on the main slate, you got Chris Bassitt versus Dean Kramer. Bassitt, 18 plate appearances, 167. Kramer, 125 plate appearances, a 266. 15.2 K. So the problem is the K percentage is very low for Dean Kramer. Just checking out his numbers here. Kind of wanted to look and see where we're at. But if we want to look at Bassitt real quick, against Baltimore, I'm trying to see if he's faced Baltimore this year. He has not. Coming off 8 innings against Houston, 43 fantasy points, got the W. The start before that against the Mets, 7.2 innings, 8 strikeouts, 57 fantasy points. So he's got 2 really good games in a row. I like his matchup here. I don't mind Dean Kramer. I think Chris Bassitt's more of your cash option. I think Kramer is more of your tournament option. Bats-wise, the Orioles really haven't seen Chris Bassitt much. If you're looking at him, Aaron Hicks is 0 for 1. Ryan O'Hearn's 1 for 2. Austin Hayes 1 for 3. McCann 0 for 3. Same thing with Santander, and Adam Frazier 1 for 6. So they haven't had much success against him. That's kind of why none of the Orioles bats really scare me in this one. So flip side of that, the Toronto bats here against Kramer. Bo Bichette seems like he's always on base. 3 for 17. Vlad is 6 for 19 with a double and 4 home runs, so he sees him very well. Answer me this. This is why I don't believe in the All-Star voting for fans. Because currently right now, like half of Toronto is on the starting lineup, and Vlad is at first. Vlad does not deserve it. Anthony Rizzo's numbers are even better than him. Yandy Diaz is batting over 300. Rizzo's got more home runs and a couple other categories, and just below on batting average. And then Vlad's at the top there, which makes no sense. He's got good numbers in this one. I am looking at him here. Probably looking at a Toronto stack in this one. But what are your thoughts on the All-Star voting? Yes, do you like it because the fans get to do it, or no, because it's just a fan favorite? It's not the actual All-Star. Now, I get it. You'll see, but that's my thought on that one. Chapman's 1 for 12. That one hits a home run. He's starting at third base for the All-Star game as of now with the voting. Springer 3 for 16. Alejandro Kirk 4 for 11. Whit Merrifield 2 for 3. Santiago Espinal is 5 for 7. Kevin Kiermaier 3 for 6 with a double. Brandon Belt 1 for 3 with a double too. So probably not looking at Kramer and Cash. Maybe I'll throw him in tournaments, but I kind of like a Toronto stack in this one. Rockies at the Red Sox. Chase Anderson versus Cutter Crawford. I will have no exposure to either of these pitchers. We took James Paxton in yesterday in that slate, and good. Domination. Maybe he's back. I don't know. But I won't have anything to do with these guys. I will look at the bats in this one. So personally, you got Chase Anderson. Verdugo's 3 for 10 with a double and a home run against him. Turner's 2 for 3 with a home run. Devers is 3 for 10 with a double. Duvall is 2 for 9 with a double. I'm not saying I'm going to stack in this game at the moment, but I feel like this could be one of those where you do stack the Red Sox. Definitely looking at Verdugo in there. I'm looking at Devers. They are at home. Justin Turner, if he can turn around on a ball, can take it over the 215-foot pesky pull and get a home run there. I don't like Chase Anderson here. I'm looking at stacking against him. And then Crawford, I'm not going to pitch him. And the Rockies bats right now, just depending on who's out there. Ryan McMahon, I would look at. Diaz if he's starting. Moustakas if he's starting. But none really scare me in this one. So in this one, probably looking at Boston as a stack. Moving on to the next game, you got the Subway Series. 2 games of the Subway Series. Yankees at the Mets. Severino versus Max Scherzer. Here's the problem. Severino's fastball has been clocked a few miles per hour slower than what we're used to. Usually that means there's a problem with his arm. Maybe he's just been so injury prone that he might not want to tell anybody about it. He could come out and pitch really well because the Mets are really bad this season somehow. They have such a their payroll is huge. And they're throwing out like Tommy Pham, Brandon Nimmo. The Eduardo Escobar. It's crazy that the Mets are as bad as they are with how much money they spent. But the guy on the mound here, Scherzer, is making like $60 million. Verlander's making a ton of money. Over $100 million is just these two pitchers. It's crazy. Sevy against the Mets, 46 plate appearances, 286 batting average, 13K percentage. Doesn't look healthy to me. Probably only would like him in tournaments. Flip side of that, Scherzer, 129 plate appearances against the Yankees, 23.3K percentage, a 207 batting average. Let's look at the Mets bats that have had success against Severino. Lindor, 5 for 17 with a double and a home run. Brandon Nimmo, 3 for 5 with a double. Mark Canha, 1 for 6, but that one hit is a home run. Tommy Pham, 1 for 4 with a double. McNeil and Eduardo Escobar, both 1 for 2 with singles. So not a ton to go there. Not saying I'm stacking the Mets. If Sevy's on, he's got great stuff. He can go 7 innings, 8 Ks, be perfect almost. Flip side of that, if you're not taking Scherzer because it's going up against the Yankees, Donaldson, 3 for 26 with a double and triple. Rizzo, 6 for 27 with a double and a home run. Stanton, who got the day off on Sunday, and then they had a day off Monday. 6 for 24 with 3 home runs against Scherzer. DJ, I don't know if DJ's healthy. Doesn't not hitting as much as we're used to. He's not the machine right now. If he is healthy, he's a fantastic player. He's a Silver Slugger award winner. He's leading the league in hitting. Just not the past couple of years. Against Scherzer, 5 for 14. IKF, 3 for 6 with 2 doubles. Higashioka, 1 for 4 with a home run. Just depends on who's out there. Not saying I'm against Scherzer. Probably both of these pitchers. It's crazy to think about. Tournaments only for me. I've never thought I'd tell you that, but Scherzer's getting up there in age. He's got some, miles on his arm, so it's kind of what we're looking at. Not a ton to like, and he's not even the most expensive pitcher. Coming off 5.2 innings against Atlanta with 10 strikeouts. Fantastic, right? No, he gave up 5 earned runs, only got 32 fantasy points. Against the Phillies, he had 9 strikeouts, 7 innings, 55 fantasy points. So he has these good games. We know his strikeout stuff is still there. The Yankees can strike out a ton. Still can't trust him enough in cash. I'm looking at both of these pitchers for tournament. Brewers at the Twins, Corbin Burnes versus Pablo Lopez. Burnes, 35 plate appearances, 156 batting average against him, 40% strikeout rate. Pablo Lopez, on the other hand, 38 plate appearances, 40% strikeout, 147. I bet this might be one of the lowest Vegas numbered games here. So look at the implied run totals for these teams when they come out. I will have exposure to both of these pitchers. No bats jump out to me at the moment, so I'm not even looking at the bats. Maybe I will once the batter trends come out and the Vegas numbers come out and stuff like that, but I will have exposure to both of these pitchers here. Love both of them. I think both are probably tournaments, but you could make a case for SP2 on DraftKings or even cash on Fanduel for both of these guys. Giants at the Cardinals is next. Alex Cobb versus Jack Flaherty. Cobb, 43 plate appearances, a 175 batting average, 18.6 K percentage. And versus Jack Flaherty, 28 plate appearances, 296. Probably, depending. Both of these guys are tournament options for me. We saw Goldschmidt hit a home run yesterday. Wouldn't be surprised. No one's really had success, so none of these bats jump out to me. We'll look at the Giants real quick. The cool thing is the Giants just called up a kid, Austin Wynn, from AAA on Monday morning, I believe. And my wife actually is friends with his sister. So it's pretty cool that they live pretty close to where we live, and now he got called up. And it's in St. Louis, so his entire family traveled down there on Monday. Probably going to be here for a couple of days, hoping that he gets into a game. Giants bats against him. 4 for 12, 1 double, 2 home runs. Jock Peterson could be a cheaper option. Crawford with the go-ahead home run on Monday, 2 for 6 with a double and a home run. Conforto, 1 for 3 with a home run. You know what? I don't mind a Giant stack there. A couple of those bats, I don't mind that at all. I'll have a little bit of exposure to Alex Cobb in tournaments, but we do know that Goldie, Arenado can both hit home runs. DeYoung can hit a home run. There are home run hitters on the Cardinals team. I will have exposure to Alex Cobb, though. Probably not Flaherty, though, looking into the numbers. Pirates of the Cubs is next. Luis L. Ortiz versus Jameson Taillon. Ortiz, 6 plate appearances, hasn't given up a hit to him. Taillon, 36 plate appearances, a 156 batting average. But it's kind of crazy. He's pitched so bad. Taillon, 1-4 record, 7.02 ERA. Against the Angels, 5.1 innings, 5 strikeouts, but 4 earned runs, 19 fantasy points. Against the Padres, 5.2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run, but only got 29 fantasy points, and got the W there, which is crazy. I can't trust him. Hasn't faced the Pirates this year, but hasn't looked good all season. Could he go off against the Pirates? Sure. I will have no exposure to either of these pitchers. At the moment, I would look at the Pirates. Pirates bats. I might stack against him if I'm building lineups. Kutch 0 for 4. I don't care. I'll take him. Brian Hayes, Sawinski, Brian Reynolds. I'm probably stacking the Pirates of some sort. We got to wait for the numbers to come out. We got to see the weather that comes out and then the lineup that comes out. But I don't trust Taillon. I'm probably looking at... Taillon's got good stuff when he's on, so he could have an amazing game because it's the Pirates and they're bad. But I'd rather stack the Pirates in this one. Angels at the Rangers, Jaime Barria versus, as of now, to be announced. Barria, 88 plate appearances, 190 batting average. I know those numbers are good, but again, guys, it's Texas. The Rangers are good. I am probably not going to have exposure to him. Probably won't have exposure to the Rangers pitcher because they haven't even put him out yet. So who knows if he's even a good pitcher right now. That being said, if I am taking Rangers bats here, probably Simeon at the top, Josh Jung, Corey Seager. Corey Seager's probably the leadoff. I wouldn't be surprised if Seager hits a home run in this one. And I did see your guys' comments about home run calls and stuff. What I will do is, if I don't put it in the videos at the end, I will go through some numbers, and I will pin a couple of them. I will pin a comment to these videos with a couple of the home run hitters that I think. I did that yesterday. I think I did 6 batters, and I think 1 hit a home run that I know that it was Goldie. So, again, that's just kind of where we're at. It just depends on, the feeling, looking at the over-unders, looking at the implied run totals, the ballpark factors, and stuff like that. So I do read your comments. If you guys are looking for certain things, let me know, and I'll see if I can accommodate them for you as easily as I possibly can. Sometimes I can't, but sometimes it's pretty easy, and I can just implement it. So I'm always looking for what you guys are looking for. So let me know in these videos what you're looking for, and I can help. I did know that some people were looking for ownership percentages of the players with baseball. It's kind of a lot harder to do that. I do have a system that I'm going to be doing for NFL because it's kind of easier for that because, it'll be the main slate. So we have all week to prepare. Sunday's main slate comes in. We've got the injury reports throughout the week, the depth charts, and then the inactives Sunday morning. So then I can get the ownership percentages out there about an hour or two before the noon kickoffs for NFL. So it's a lot easier for ownership percentages because you can kind of game script those out more than you can with MLB. So put that in the back of your mind when you're thinking about other things you would like to see too. Reds at the Royals, Brandon Williamson versus Jordan Lyles. Williamson has never faced them before, obviously, because he just made his Major League debut. No, he didn't. I remember what it was. He was going up against the Dodgers, and I said absolutely stack the Dodgers, and we did. He went 5.2 innings, 6 earned runs, got 8 fantasy points there. This is a good matchup, though, for him against the Royals. I will have some exposure to Williamson in tournaments. Not much, though. Jordan Lyles, on the other hand, 12 plate appearances, no batting average. Don't like that. I would still look at stacking the Reds here, just depending on what lineup comes out. Ellie De La Cruz. This is a pitcher's park, though, so Ellie De La Cruz, Friedel, India, Steer, just depending on what lineup comes out. Probably going to be looking at stacking the Reds, and I will look at Williamson if I'm making multiple lineups against the Royals. But there's other games we can look at on this slate. The Nationals at the Astros. Patrick Corbin, who's had some good games this season against Hunter Brown. I'm all in on Hunter Brown here, and I would be inclined to stack against Patrick Corbin. Now, I know he's had some good games. Against Arizona, his last start, 6 innings, gave up 11 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. Not much. Against the Dodgers, 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, only 12 fantasy points. Against Kansas City, which should have been a good matchup at Kansas City, 6.1 innings, 6 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. So the Astros can hit. I'm looking at stacking the righties against Patrick Corbin here. Bregman, Altuve, if he's in there right at the top. Wouldn't be surprised if Altuve, it's at home. Would not surprise me if Altuve starts, if he hits a leadoff home run on the first pitch. Would not surprise me at all. So looking at that, I would look at Hunter Brown for pitching and stacking the Astros against Corbin and the Nats. Guardians at the Padres, you got Tanner Bibby versus Joe Musgrove. Bibby's only faced him 3 plate appearances. Musgrove, 28 plate appearances, a 370 batting average, which is crazy to think about. Bibby coming off of 5 innings, 24 fantasy points. I mean, almost identical his last 2 starts. 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Got the W, only 24 fantasy points for him. Start before that, Minnesota, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, but had 3 earned runs, 24 fantasy points. So he's been very up and down. I won't have any exposure to Bibby. Musgrove, on the other hand, probably won't have any exposure there either. Would be looking at, let's see what, I'm just assuming Jose Ramirez is probably the majority of this right here. I could be wrong. No, I was wrong. I mean, it's spread out. Ramirez 1 for 5 with a double. Ahmed Rosario 2 for 7. Josh Bell 5 for 8. That is why it's bumped up. That's a 625 batting average, making it look good. But yeah, with those numbers, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you guys are here trying to be better at DFS. Because you're on the surface, you're seeing 370 batting average. Nah. If you dig into the numbers, it's only basically one guy batting huge, and then everything else brings it down. So I will have some exposure to Musgrove. Tournament probably only. But I think both of these pitchers for tournament, just because I think Bibby's ownership will be very low against a stacked San Diego team. Next game, you got Tampa Bay Rays at Oakland Athletics. We saw Oakland hold the Rays starters pretty well yesterday. We don't know who's starting for Tampa Bay right now, so whatever. Against Hogan Harris, I'm probably not taking Hogan Harris. Probably not taking whichever person they throw out for Tampa Bay. Probably looking at stacking Tampa Bay here at the top of the order against Hogan Harris. Depending on who's out there. In this game, wherever your heart desires, when you start building your lineups, I would look at the top 4, top 5 batters for the Rays, which should be Yandy Diaz, Luke Raley might be there, Arozarena, Paredes, Jose Siri, Josh Lowe. Those are kind of the bats I would look at in this one. There are other options that you could stack. That's kind of what I'd look at against Lefty and Hogan Harris. Phillies at the Diamondbacks is next. Zach Wheeler versus Zach Davies. Never forget Zach Davies ghosted his wife and got a divorce without telling her. Fun fact, if you didn't know that. Look it up. Google it. He kind of just ghosted her and then served her with divorce papers and never talked to her again. No clue why. Fun fact of the day. Wheeler, 83 plate appearances against the Diamondbacks, 266 batting average. I liked Wheeler here, but the problem is the Diamondbacks have I think they have the second best, or they're tied for the best record in NL as of Monday. But now I think they have the best record, which is crazy to think about. They're just hitting so well right now. Probably would stack against Zach Wheeler here. Yeah, I mean, Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, Corbin Carroll, Gurriel Jr., Rojas if he's in there, Evan Longoria, just depending on who's starting at third. So kind of what I'd look at. I'm not looking at either of these pitchers. I think this game could be a shootout. I think this game could see 10-plus runs in this one. So if I'm flipped on the other side and I'm looking at the bats that have had success, or I'm looking at bats against Davies, Schwarber's at the top of my list. 6 for 32 with 4 home runs. Without even seeing those, that's not a good batting average, but 4 home runs is still there. Bryson Stott did not start on Monday. I don't know if it's rest. I don't know if he's hurt. But if he is out, Josh Harrison could, jump in there. 8 for 18 against Davies, 2 doubles. Bryce Harper 3 for 13 with a double. Castellanos 4 for 12 with a double and a home run. Trey Turner 4 for 13 with a double. Real Muto 2 for 9 with a double. I mean, there's a lot to like. So yeah, not looking at either of these pitchers. I would be looking at So when we talk about game stacks, this is where I'm talking about. So without seeing the Vegas numbers, this one might be one of the highest or top 5 highest games. So look at those numbers. Look at the implied run totals for both of these teams. I love a stack in this game. Marlins at the Mariners is next. Edward Cabrera versus George Kirby. It's kind of crazy, but Kirby is the highest priced pitcher. I believe he's the highest priced pitcher on FanDuel. Let's check it out. Yeah, he's the highest priced pitcher by 200 over Zach Wheeler. Unless, the teams that don't have pitchers come out with studs to go up there, but they won't. But yeah, I do like Kirby here. I'll have exposure to both of these, probably. I think Cabrera is more of your cash. I think Kirby's more of your, or other way around. Cabrera's more of your tournament option. Kirby's more of your cash option. And then the final game on the slate, you got Chicago White Sox at the Dodgers. You got Fat Boy Lance Lynn versus Tony Gonsolin. Lance Lynn, 108 plate appearances, 20.4 K percentage. So not a bad K percentage, but it could be higher. And then a 272 batting average against him. Comes in with a 4-6 record, 6.72 ERA, 80 strikeouts. Against the Yankees, 5 innings, 5 earned runs, 12 fantasy points, and 4 strikeouts. Don't like Lance Lynn here. I am stacking the Dodgers against him, especially at home. Let's see the Dodgers who have had success against him. JD Martinez has been absolutely on fire lately. I would take Mookie Betts. Yeah, JD 3 for 23. Not a lot, but I still think he could homer. Mookie Betts 5 for 16 with a double and a home run. Hayward had a home run on Sunday, 8 for 21 with 2 doubles. Peralta 6 for 16 with a double and a home run. Miguel Rojas 1 for 4 with a home run. Max Muncy 1 for 2 with a double. So yeah, not looking at Lance Lynn at all. Probably not looking at Gonsolin. There's other pitchers on the slate. I am 100% into stacking the Dodgers against Lance Lynn at home. So there you go. There is the breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was informative. If it was, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go check out everything we have to offer at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. That's FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We are going, it's $10 a month for FTA Plus right now. And once we hit the All-Star break, it'll go up to $25 a month because we are going to start pumping in so many NFL contents plus MLB. We're very excited for it. Very excited for NFL. I love the summer and I enjoy summer and baseball, but there's nothing that I like more than fantasy football, sweating all day, bring home that bacon. So hopefully we've made you a better DFS player. If we have, hit that like button. If you've won money listening to us, let us know down below so other people can see it. I know these videos are a little bit longer than you probably like, but there's so much information that we want to be different from other DFS people or sports handicappers or whatever you want to call them, where they just give you like 6 players and then they basically steal your money. I'm trying to be as informative as I possibly can to give you as much information as I possibly can when we bring it, because we are bringing it every day for baseball. We go harder for football is the crazy thing. So if you like what we've done with baseball, football, there's so much more information that we can build around and we can go with. Talking about want to have a season long or a weekly Fanduel or DraftKings league where it's, want to get as many people in there as possible to have fun and get paid every single week with that. I mean, we could do weekly pick'ems where, $5 a week sent to me. We do pick'ems. You just pick the winners of the games and then the spread for the final game just in case it's a tiebreaker. And then we can go and figure out how to do that. So a lot of things I want to do with NFL, and I think you guys are very excited for it, so cannot wait. So good luck to everyone on this slate today. Have a fantastic Tuesday. Let's have some fun out there, and let's bring home some bacon. Peace.